You ever wondered why you're reacting to cheese more today than you were a few years ago? I'm Amy Graves, your hidden consumers food education expert, and today we're going to help you identify the different types of rennet that is in cheese and how that's impacting your health and how your body reacts to cheese. My ask is that if you will please like, share, comment on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. The more I can, it's the best way to help a small business is to help us get more visibility in the world. So thank you if you can do that for us. So let's get started. So I'm going to go into a lot of detail here, and I'm going to, like the last cheese video, which if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend also watching part 1. This is a 2-part series because cheese is complicated, and I know people are like, it's cheese, how can it be complicated? Reality is rennet is a whole nother set of ingredients that goes into food, and the way Americans make rennet is not traditional. So I'm going to talk about each of the 3 types of rennet, and then we'll really break this down. But if you want to see my slight soapbox on rennet, go here to watch part 1 on my YouTube channel, and you can at least get filled in a little bit on all the fun with cheese. There's also some great information on what to look for and what are the different things you should be avoiding in your cheese. Okay, back to the topic at hand. So let's start with the first teaching point that I want to talk to you guys about is actually the basic rennet, which I'm going to see if I can pull it up. I have so many notes here because there's a lot to talk about. Okay, so where did it go? That we do not want to talk about FPC right away. I wanted to talk about commercial based. Oh boy, Restream, you did a number on my information. Okay, well, that is just fun. We're going to start here then. Okay, so most products that are labeled with rennet is a vegetable rennet. I'm putting quotations because the next topic I talk about in rennet is going to kind of throw this one out the window. But you need to know about it. So here we go. So here's the big thing with vegetable rennet. This is commercial grade rennet. Again, I typically find that there's enough lab created ingredients. This would be what I would call a processed rennet. It's not ultra, so it's not like almost all of it is created in a lab, but there's enough lab creation in this, and I'm going to get enough, like for me, at least on my side of it, I'm going to have issues with the corn being involved in using the commercial grade rennet, which typically pops up as vegetable rennet on cheese blocks. Still not safe. It's not really clean. It's not traditionally made, and you can't always guarantee it's fully plant-based. And that is because the other type of rennet that is rennet number 2 that we're talking about today is called FPC. This is what they call the high-tech version. This is ultra-processed rennet. So if you are eating a pre-shredded cheese, it is already an ultra processed product because it is so over created in a lab. It's going to make you extremely ill. And you might not even, and some people, I shouldn't say extremely ill. It's going to make some people more sick than others, but it is having an impact on your body, whether you fully realize it or not. And this is where a lot of the work I do when it comes to helping people understand the connection between food and body is I show you how your body is reacting to food we pull things out, we add different things, and then you can see the difference in how your body's reacting. So there's a whole setup on how I take care of that. But the thing with FPC, I don't even know where to begin. It is just so bad for you. This is something you want to avoid. But the problem is, if you want to know how if you want to avoid it, you technically can't because it does not appear on any ingredient labels. And one of the things that you get with FPC is it is labeled. Let's see, I moved the screen already, so let me pull up my notes on my other side. It pops up on ingredient labels by sometimes they say call it enzymes, microbial enzymes, vegetable rennet, microbial rennet, or non-animal rennet. Non-animal rennet they can get away with, but technically with the way FPC is created, it's created by using a calf. So the base of FPC rennet is not vegan or vegetarian friendly. So if you are a vegan or a vegetarian and you see vegetable rennet or any of the other words I mentioned earlier, and it'll be in the comments in one of the other sections. I'll even throw it up here one more time. No, it's the same one. Wow. So if it's vegetable rennet, the only way to guarantee that vegetable rennet is not used with an animal byproduct or by injecting something out of or taking into a calf, for this example, like FPC does, it needs to be USDA organic certified. Now, is that 100% guarantee that it's going to be vegan or vegetarian friendly? It is not. In order for those standards to be kept up, we need to have auditors. And with the cuts to the USDA over the last year, since this new administration came into office, they have decimated auditors, which means companies are no longer being they're no longer being supervised to ensure they maintain standards. So vegetable rennet or any of the other terms I've mentioned that are related to FPC are not guarantees that they are vegan or vegetarian friendly. The other thing I do want to sidetrack back to here on FPCs are if you ever hear people talking about Pfizer, this is what they're referring to. They're referring to FPC rennet. Pfizer is the one behind it. They created this in the 1990s. So it's been in our cheese for a while. The problem is it's now makes up pretty much all of American cheese. You know, in part one, I talked about how I had 2 blocks of cheese left, 2 different brands, a block of cheese per brand. Because just because they make one good block doesn't mean all their cheeses are good, right? I have to be very careful when I read my ingredients. So, yeah, unless I start importing, and at this point, the amount of food I import, I should really just leave the country because the amount of crap in American food is pretty bad. But that's because I'm a super sensitive. Most people do not have my sensitivity levels. So what if you're trying to avoid, and you know that USDA organic, so you can't guarantee vegetable rennet is your thing? What do you truly look for? If traditional truly plant-based rennet is just rennet, RENNET. That's all it is. There will be no additional ingredients. There will be no, what if I put it in here? There's going to be, oh, there it is. There'll be nothing else. There'll be no descriptive word for rennet. It's been a long morning, you guys. This is crazy. Okay, I'm going to paste this here and get this up here for you as well. So if you were me and you're like, well, what does Amy buy? How does she know that her rennet is safe? Typically, I don't until I actually eat the cheese. I mean, let's be honest, because sometimes the packaging is going to get me. But this is the description off of both of my blocks of cheese: raw milk, sea salt, rennet, and culture. You have to have the culture. I can't guarantee how that is made either. Unfortunately, I mean, this is the United States, so who knows what lab it was made in. But this is safer than anything else on the market. But this is also why I only have 2 safe blocks of cheese right now, because that's all that's in it. Literally, it's those 4 ingredients. If your cheese has more ingredients than this, you're eating a processed or an ultra processed cheese that's not traditionally made. So if you're maintaining, you want to eat healthier, or you want to continue to eat a cheese that is truly healthy and beneficial to you, your ingredients on your cheese should look something like this. You know, I did on the spot, when I did this part 1 video, I did throw out a 30-day challenge, and I've gotten some pushback. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit here too. The other thing to look for is if you pick up a block of cheese and it is yellow, it's going to have a lab-created ingredient in it that makes it yellow. Cheese is not naturally yellow, at least not to the extent that we see here in the United States. Yes, it is lab derived from a seed, but as soon as it is lab derived, you are adding additional ingredients which are impacting your body. You have the full right and choice to continue to eat yellow cheese. My goal here is just to make sure you have the information so you know what you're eating. And if cheese is not giving you the health benefits you think it should, it might literally be because of that dye. And yes, I know it's not the dyes like we're reading about everywhere else, but it's still a dye. And no matter what level, if you are altering the color of our cheese, you are now creating a processed cheese, right? Because it's no longer natural. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. I do write about this in the book, The Hidden Consumer. It talks about my journey, a lot of the struggles I've had, as well as talking about a lot of the marketing concepts and how consumers really have to watch out so they don't fall for the marketing tricks that the food and beverage industry are trying to pull on us. Unfortunate, it just is. There aren't a lot of regulations in this area that are meant to protect the consumer. They're meant to help the food industry sell more product. So this is why when we talk about Rennet, most people don't understand why they're reacting to cheese. And more often than not, it's the rennet. The ingredients used to make that are so overly processed, it's making us sick. And it doesn't have to be as sick as it makes me, but on some levels, people are like having enough that they know, ooh, that cheese didn't work for me. So you have to be really careful with what you're eating. So if you have questions, let me know. I do have a great webinar coming up, and I did not post the link, so I'm going to have to just tell you, look me up. It's going to be an upcoming event. What's on your table is the event. It's going to be a monthly webinar on different topics. To kick off January, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into really just understanding how to read labels, what you should be looking for. And then after that, we're going to take different products. Like we're going to talk about meat, because next week, we're going to talk about why the new food pyramid is asinine and why it's not healthy for you. And I'm going to tell you all the ways that red meat can do you bad that you actually don't know about. This is what makes me fun and unique. I can tell you more information onto what makes meat difficult for most of us to consume, and that what we're consuming on a regular basis isn't healthy anyways. So I'm here to really destroy people's concepts of food, really. Being sarcastic. Okay. All right, you guys, let me know if you have questions. Drop your comments in the chat. Please share or like my videos. If you are a vegetarian and you think all cheeses are safe and vegan friendly, unfortunately, they're not. So please be aware of what kind of rennet is in your cheese so that you know if it truly hits and hits your belief system the way it should. All right, so with that, if you're curious about what's on your table, reach out, let me know, and let's set up a time to chat. I've got some great 90-day programs rolling out. And there's another fun option that I'll be rolling out in the next 4 weeks called Shop with Amy, where I will do one-on-one shopping excursions with you via phone or Zoom, or in person, depending on where you live. So I've got some fun stuff popping up here by February. So have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I look forward to hearing about you, the 30-day challenge. Did you do it? Or just what are your questions? What surprised you that you learned about rennet today? Have a great one.